Hey there everyone, JadetheTempest here, and I believe I owe a little explanation before we begin. If you notice, I haven't uploaded anything in, I'd say, 5-6 days, maybe a week, I'm not 100% sure. That's because I've been extremely under the weather. I actually still am. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or my tone or whatever, but I'm still actually pretty far down there. It's actually been pretty bad news for me this past week. Along with being sick, I've also had a lot of just emotional stressing things in my life, just a lot of drama, things you don't need to or don't want to hear about, I'm sure, but yeah, here I go rambling like usual. You don't want to come here, you didn't come here to hear me ramble, did you? You came here to watch Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 2 we shall play. So last we left off, if I remember properly, we had just gotten the club key from Ada, and we had escaped the horrors of the autopsy room. Now, before I leave this area, I'm going to actually switch out this super herb for a normal large green herb, because I don't want to waste the poison healing properties of that last item. And if I remember properly, I think there were liquors in that last hallway, so we'll probably be preparing for those as well. And oh dear, I forgot about you guys. Run away, Leon. Oh wow. How did he miss me? I don't care, just run. Yeah. Now, if I remember properly, like I said, there should be liquors in this room, which I will promptly take care of. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots dead. I don't understand why it takes 3 shots. I think these ones might be stronger than the... Oh, hello. Let's heal that up. 1 shot. 2 shots, and I'll finish you off with the handgun. Oh dear, I missed. There we are. Alright, so now that they're out of the way, the only reason I killed those liquors is because we'll be coming through this room a few more times, and I don't feel like dealing with both of them in such a narrow area. That's just not a good idea at all. So I'll be using this key card we got out of the autopsy room to enter this now open door, which just so happens to be the weapons storage. Now, inside this locker right here are the items I explained in a previous episode. It's a submachine gun and a side pack, which gives you 2 extra inventory slots. Now, I'm not going to open it and show you, because if I do, I'll be forced to take one of them, and I actually don't want to take either with Leon. I'll be saving both of those for Claire. You don't have to save both of them for Claire. You don't have to save any of them for Claire. It's just how I do it and the way I would suggest doing it. Now, if you notice, I'm taking these. The only reason I suggest doing it is because Claire gets if I remember properly, I don't remember if the grenade launcher is a 2-slot thing, but the submachine gun is a 2-slot thing, and she also gets a very powerful electric gun, which is a 2-slot thing. I believe, if I remember properly, she gets 1 other 2-slot weapon. This is why I usually save the side pack for her, and I save her the submachine gun because Leon has the ability to upgrade his weapons, as you've seen with the handgun. Claire does not get that ability, and thus she gets, I like to say, the more inferior weapons. So I usually save the machine gun for her. Now, like I said, you don't have to do that. You don't have to leave either item for her if you don't want to, but I find the best route is to leave them both. But if you notice, I took the ammunition from there. That's because the ammunition is not like the side pack and machine gun. If I take the side pack and machine gun with Leon, neither will appear for Claire. But if I take the ammo, that'll still appear for Claire. So we don't have to worry about that. Now with that said and done, we're going to head back up to the first floor of the police station. Sorry. And enter this room. I believe this is the lounge for the police officers, where they just come to take a nap if they're on break or whatever you might be, or whatever they might be. And if I remember properly, nothing in this locker or this locker. Yep, here we go. Shotgun shells. I actually vaguely remembered those being handgun bullets, but that's a nice surprise to find that they aren't. However, what I do remember is in here is this nifty little weapon, the Magnum. By far one of the most powerful weapons in this game, with the exception of not the machine gun, the rocket launcher, which you can't use through a normal game fairly anyway. You can unlock it at the end of the game after beating it under a certain time. You can unlock an infinite rocket launcher, or you can get it by playing rookie mode. But based on the fair weapons, the weapons that are given to you initially, the Magnum, in my opinion, is one of the best. Here, I'll go through this and then I'll explain it. Watchman's Diary. August 11th. I finally had the chance to see blue skies for the first time in ages, but it did little to lift my spirits. I was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties while I was up on the clock tower. There's only one thing I still don't understand. The chief seemed to be more concerned about the fact that I was up on the tower rather than I was neglecting my duties. Why was accessing the tower prohibited in the first place anyway? September 5th. I recently talked to the old man who worked in the scrapyard out back. His name is Thomas. He's a quiet man and really seems to enjoy chess. He even went so far as to design a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. We made plans to play chess tomorrow night. I can't help but wonder how good he is. One thing that's been bothering me about him is the way that he's always scratching himself. Does he have some sort of skin disease, or is he just rude? September 9th. Thomas was a much better player than I had imagined. I used to think of myself as a fairly decent player, but he did a pretty good job of humbling me. About the only thing I imagined that could match his skills in chess is his appetite. All the guy did was talk about food throughout the entire game. He sounded fairly healthy, but he didn't look quite right. I wonder if he's okay. September 12th. I was supposed to play another game of chess with Thomas, but we had to cancel because he hasn't been feeling too well. He stopped by to see me, but I told him to go back and rest since he literally looked like The Walking Dead. He insisted that he was just fine, but I could tell he was really having problems. Come to think of it, I haven't been feeling too good myself lately. Alright. His throat and abdomen have been torn out. Do you have... Okay, you're one of the guys who doesn't have anything in the mouth. But as I was saying, the Magnum, any normal zombie will take their head off in one shot. And I believe most enemies die in one shot to the Magnum, with the exception of bosses, of course. I think even the lickers drop with one shot. So that'll be a weapon we'll most definitely be saving for bosses and the whatnot. So now that we have that little glimpse of the past, the Watchman's Diary, will be, I have the club key, correct? Yes, I have the club key. Alright, I know where we're headed. I'm sorry, I just had a little mental blackout there for a moment. Now we'll be heading all the way back to the area where the interrogation rooms were. I never showed it on camera, but there, all the way in the back, is a green door. Had we checked it earlier on, it would have said locked with the club key. We have the club key now, however, so it's time to go ahead and check that door. And if I remember properly, I believe I left one zombie in this room. Yep, there she goes. Won't be dealing with her, she's not that hard to dodge. And here we are. That's the last key in this police station. I know in the first episode, I believe, I said that there was an ace key. There is not an ace key. That was my mistake. I was just randomly shuffling through the card suits, and I just said ace because that just so happens to be one of those card suits. There, however, is not a there is not an ace key. Club key is the last one you find. So with that, we noticed a picture of a man on a carriage. Something is on the wheel. Light the queen, the king, and the jack. Then the carriage will start running. If you notice, that's where the gear we need for later is, or for the clock tower is. Now it says to light the king, the queen, and then the jack. The number 12 has been engraved. Number 13, and the number 11. Now, if I remember properly, and I'm probably wrong about this because it's been a while since I've played cards, 11 is the jack, 12 is the queen, and 13 is the king, I believe. Wait, what do you mean I can't use that? Don't lie to me. Oh, right. Before we can do that, we actually have to light this. Ow. Oh, that's the funny bone. Whew. I hate hitting my elbow. Sorry about that. My arm went numb. There we go. Now that that's turned on, we can actually light these. So I believe it's 11 for queen, or jack. 12 for queen. 13 for king. No. No! I'm sorry. It's king, the queen, and then the jack. No. What? King? Queen? I'm sorry, honestly, I don't remember the cards. It's been a while since I played. There we go. And out pops the good old gear that we needed. And if you notice, we picked up a film as well. I will be developing that. Pick up the gear, Leon. Thank you. I will be picking that up, or developing that. Actually, we'll head there and develop it now, since this will actually be the last time we have to deal with anything in this section of the police station. Oh. And here we are back in the development room. Nothing interesting or particularly important happened throughout that run to here, so I just cut it out. So we'll be taking our film and, well, developing it. Film B. That looks amazing. I believe, here we go. A picture in front of the Aruka's tailor. Regressed into a zombie within 2 hours. Subject repeatedly complained about severe agitation of the epidermis in addition to feeling of nausea. This happened up to the moment he lost consciousness. So yes, that's what happens before people turn into zombies. It's always great. So with that developed, and I believe that being the last film, we will be heading to... We will be heading to... where are we headed? I know where we're headed, it just won't come out of my mouth. Crap. Oh, right, we're headed to the clock tower to put that gear in. Yes, yes. Sorry about that. Not that I always have a straight train of thought, but, I'd like to believe that my train of thought is at least on a singular, if yet a little rocky path. Unfortunately, that rocky path turns into a rocky fork when I am not feeling well. For all intents and purposes, I probably shouldn't be doing this Let's Play right now, but I don't want to leave my viewers waiting, as few of you as you might be. And here we go. As I said in a previous episode, zombies would be coming through the windows. Had I not used that cord to lock up the hallway that we'll be running through again a couple of times, they would have come right through that as well. And as I suggested and said in a previous episode, had you put the cord there in that room where you just saw the zombies come in, sure, they wouldn't have come in, but then you would have had to deal with them in the other room. So it's not highly suggested that you use it in that particular room. Yeah, it's suggested that you use them in the hallway that you use the heart key to go in, is basically what I'm getting at. Just do what I do. So we'll be heading up here now, and we'll be collecting our last plug as well, as long as I don't miss it like I tend to do sometimes. And here we go. This area seems to like to mess up my frame rate for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. Here's the hoping it fixes itself, but I highly doubt it will. So I'll be right back. Alright, here we are back. This split was probably so fast you didn't even notice it, but yeah. For some reason this area likes to screw up my frame rate, and there we go, messing it up again. Oh wait, maybe not. Aha, we got lucky. So here we find our night plug, which is the last plug in the set, and we will be jumping down the dust chute. Oh, Ben, it seems like your plan just didn't work out the way you wanted to. Yes, I would take back what I said about him earlier, but I won't, considering that plan was very smart for zombies. However, not so much for everything else running around in the town.
Ben! Can you still hear me? Come on, answer! Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story. Ben. Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay. Hang in there, Ben. Oh, God. My chest. It's burning. What's wrong?
Well, that didn't look pleasant at all, and unfortunately Leon let him escape.
Good God, what was that?
Yes, unfortunately Leon let him escape, and, well, due to that blunder, we'll be dealing with what our little friend Ben there just birthed. Anyhow, mail to the chief. To Brian Irons, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have lost the Mansion Lab facility due to the actions of the renegade operative Albert Wesker. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting effects upon our continued virus research. Our only present concern is the presence of the remaining STARS members, Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. If it comes to light that the STARS have any evidence as to the activity of our research, dispose of them in such a manner that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor their progress and make certain their knowledge does not go public. Annette will continue to be your contact throughout this affair. William Birkin. 2. Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. I have deposited the amount of US $10,000 to the account for your services this term as per our agreement. The development of the G-Virus scheduled to replace the T-Virus is near completion. Once completed, I am certain that I will be appointed to be a member of the executive board of the Umbrella Incorporated. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project. Continue to monitor their activities and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. William Birkin. We have a problem. I have received information informing me that Umbrella HQ has sent spies to recover my research on the G-Virus. There are an unknown number of agents involved. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me as it represents my entire life's work. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons. Detain any such individuals by whatever means deemed necessary and contact me immediately through Annette. With these precautions, and possibly any possible threat should be eliminated, I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G-Virus, not even Umbrella. William Birkin. So yes, as you can see, the Chief Irons is actually...
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey!
Chief Irons has been a douche.
Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
He's no better than Albert Wesker in those regards, and is actually a villain himself. He's probably one of the reasons all of this occurred as well. But enough about that. We'll be leaving the police station finally. I don't really hate the police station or anything that much. Just we've been in this place for how many episodes now? So yes, we'll finally be escaping this hellhole. And we'll be getting a chance to use the Magnum for the first time as well, so that should be fun. We'll actually be meeting our very first boss. I don't remember him by name. However, I can tell you it's that thing that popped out of Ben and Leon let escape. Oh, you daft fool. Alright, so I'll be not dropping off, well... Yes, I'll be dropping off the shotgun for now. No. I'll be dropping... Huh. That's a good question. What should I drop? As daft as it might sound, I'll be dropping this handgun. We have 14 shots for the shotgun and 8 shots for the Magnum. That should be enough to take out our first boss. If it's not, well, first of all, I'll be extremely confused. But second of all, I will also feel quite foolish. Because if those don't take him out, then I will have used up all my ammo and have nothing to defend myself with. So here's to hoping it works, which it should. Honestly, if it... here we go. That is actually the little bug thing that came out of Ben, believe it or not. And yes, if I honestly say if this does not work, I will eat my shirt and pants along with it. That's how much I'm sure this will work. So, here we go. Oh, unless I miss, of course. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get off, get off, get off of my face. 6. Actually, I don't want to run that way. Now, these bugs are the only thing that make this boss fight annoying. There we go. He is down. So with that, wow, these things are actually causing me more blight than I thought they would. Anyhow, with those out of the way, we'll go ahead and we'll drop off the Magnum as to not waste any more ammo for it. And we will replace it again with the handgun. Probably help if I actually equipped said handgun, now wouldn't it? And here we go. We will now place all of our plugs into the chess machine looking object, and that will open our way into the disposal facility, aka the sewer system. The itchy ear returns.
Ada!
Where did you come from?
What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
And for one of the first times, we get I don't really want to call it an escort mission because Ada is actually pretty competent. She can actually handle herself pretty well. So it's not so much an escort mission as actually having an ally for once, like I quote unquote complained about in the beginning here, when we were in the STARS office. Now I'll be leaving those blue herbs for now. Well, actually, where do we end up now? Ah, yes, our first save room. So I'll be leaving those blue orbs there, and actually I'll be cutting it off here. I believe we got a lot done. We finally escaped the police station, etc., etc. So yes, I believe I'll close off with an apology to everyone who was waiting, anyone who was waiting those 5 days for me to continue this. I definitely want to continue staying on a regular upload schedule. I really do apologize for getting sick the way I did. I honestly hope you guys are still enjoying this. I'm gonna continue doing it, so I honestly hope you you enjoy it. Resident Evil 2, Mario, Galvelius, and I'll actually be doing another Let's Play of Terraria. If anyone is familiar with that, well, you should be familiar with it, I would hope. Very soon. So yes, I hope you guys are still enjoying this. I'm having fun with it. I hope you are too. And well, that's about it. This has been JadetheTempest, Resident Evil 2. I'm signing off. See you guys later.